Hi everybody, it's Risa and Kevin from Hudson Valley Vintage. Welcome, welcome. So tonight we're gonna do something that we've had a lot of requests for over the last couple of months. So we've had some requests recently to demonstrate raised stenciling. So basically what raised stenciling is stenciling something that has dimension. So normally when we stencil using paint and it's flat. But when we use a raised stencil, it's actually the same kind of stencil.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You use a different type of medium rather than just paint, and you get a different effect. So it's literally raised. I don't do it an awful lot, although we do sell the supplies for it. So to be quite honest, this afternoon at the shop I did practice because I don't generally like to, could you grab me a tissue on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't generally like to just wing it when I do these on Wednesday nights. I do just wing it sometimes, but I wanted to give it a couple of tries this afternoon. So we're gonna be using two different products, both of which we sell. So the first one is from Redesign with Prima, and it's called chalk paste. So it comes in about 12, well actually it comes in many different colors, but we carry about 12 to 15 different colors on our website and in the shop. We do have an online shop, and you can shop online at www.hvvintage.com. So we have the chalk paste there. Now this particular shade is called Water Drops, and I think that that's a really good name for it. And that works with us.
Yeah, Mish is on, so yeah.
Hey Mish. So the lid is still on, but it's like a very soft pale teal, which is really pretty. That's Water Drops. And as I said, the chalk paste comes in probably about 20 different colors. We carry about a dozen of them on our website and in the shop. Then Fusion Mineral Paint has a product called Smooth Embossing Paste. So the Smooth Embossing Paste, and I will open this to show you, is white, but it is tintable. So we're gonna tint it. So it's very easy to tint, and we're gonna show you how to do that. What I do want to show you though, just on my plate, just to show you the difference a little bit in the two different medium. They're pretty thick. This is the Fusion. It's pretty thick. It's kind of like, I don't know how I would describe it, honey. It's, it almost has like a whipped feel to it, and
it's like Cool Whip.
It's
little heavier
no, it's
than
thicker
Cool
than Cool Whip.
It's
yeah,
heavier
it's a
than
little
Cool
thicker
Whip.
than.
It's heavier than Cool Whip.
It almost has like a marshmallowy feel to it. And then the chalk paste, which you don't tint, you use the color that you want. So the chalk paste I don't think is quite as thick. So there's the chalk paste. So that's the chalk paste. It's also thick. I mean, it's much thicker than paint. Much, much thicker than paint. Maybe Annette can think of.
Yeah, it's like it's like meringue peaks almost.
Yeah, maybe if Barb, Annette,
yeah,
or Sheila are watching, they all work with us. Maybe they can describe it better of what it's.
Don't we love to compare it to food, right?
We
always compare it to food.
Well, what else are we gonna?
No, that's the easiest thing to look
All right,
at.
toothpaste. So they're a little bit different. The consistency is a little bit different.
Could be toothpastey.
Yeah. So I have brought in a couple of stencils. They're actually identical to one another. I thought it would be easier to try it on the same stencils. So what I did was I went ahead this afternoon and I painted this with Fusion Mineral Paint. This is one of the new colors. It's called Cashmere, and it's really pretty.
And that says cream cheese. I think cream cheese is stiffer. Because cream cheese you can cut
No,
with
no,
a
no,
knife.
whipped, like
Yeah,
ready whipped.
whipped cream cheese.
Yeah, whipped cream cheese. Maybe. Yeah.
Even sour cream, maybe like sour cream.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Again, food.
Again, food. I have nothing else. It's dinner time, whatever.
Okay. So normally when I'm stenciling, and if you've ever watched me stencil, I always tape down my stencil. I'm not going to do that with this. I'm actually just going to lay it down here. I think one of the reasons is because this is a thicker medium. It's not so easy to slide around like paint would be. So I have a couple of different ways to apply it. There's really no set way. I will tell you, Redesign with Prima makes these little, it comes in a pair. I believe they're called Spread Pals. We sell them online and we sell them in the shop. And it comes with this small one and a larger one about twice the size. And basically it's like a...
It's like a latex rubber.
Sort of like a silicone, I guess.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
And it's very, very pliable.
And it's a wedge.
But yeah, it's a wedge. It's nice and firm. If you don't have something like this, you could use a credit card. If you don't mind getting paint on it, you could use a business card. And I actually found this. I think Kevin cut it out of a... This is thicker than magazine paper, but not as thick as cardboard. Cardboard is too thick. So I'm going to try both of these and we'll see. And you'll see in a minute what I mean when I say I'm going to be using this. Some people take it out of the container and spread it right on with this. I tried that today. I didn't like the way that worked. I found that I got a lot of bleed through and it was a little bit too messy. So I'm not going to do that. As I said, I tried a little bit today. So let's get started first with the chalk paste. Whoops, I'm getting this stuff all over me. The chalk paste actually has a really nice odor to it. It's almost like a nice... Come smell this, honey.
Well, then I wouldn't call it an odor. If it smells
nice. No,
nice.
it's got a nice scent.
Oh gosh, it's like a hand cream.
Yeah, it's got like a nice little...
Yeah.
It's not perfumey.
It's almost like a hand.
It's
it smells
very light.
like it could be a hand lotion.
Yeah, it's very nice and light. Okay, so I'm going to use these sponge brushes to apply my medium, and then I'm going to use these things to this or this to basically, what you want to do is just pull back the excess. So I'm going to start with my Redesign with Prima chalk paste, and all right, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my sponge, my brush sponge, and I'm going to just brush it on to my onto my stencil and my surface. I'm not putting a ton because I don't think you need very much, and it goes pretty far. This container will go far. And again, this color is called Water Drops, and it's a really pretty soft teal color. Okay, so now what I did try today is I was kind of like dabbing it on, and I found that was lifting up the stencil quite a bit, so that didn't work that well. So I'm kind of just spreading it on. Yeah, she's such a good
right on time.
Yeah. So now I'm going to hold on to my stencil still, and I'm going to take the thinner part of this, and I'm just going to start at the top and really slowly pull it towards me. And basically what I am doing is I am removing the excess chalk paste, and then I can put it right back in my dish. And I'm going to lift up my stencil. You want to lift it straight up. as with any stencil. Okay, not bad. I had a little bit.
Well, you went over on the edge.
I went over
and
to
I could see that was happening, but I couldn't stop you, so.
You couldn't stop me.
I couldn't stop you.
So let me show you what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good.
From the angle that I just had, oh, hold on, let me zoom out. There you go. Yeah, you can see the depth on it.
Yeah.
It really stands out.
Isn't that nice?
Yep. But you've got bleed through that you want to take care of.
A little bit. A little bit, but you know what? I like to use this. Sheila and I were discussing this today. I don't know that I would use this like for words, or I like it for a pattern or something like this that can be like not completely perfect, if you guys know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But I would imagine practice.
You could do this. You could see most of them are clean. You've just got a couple. So and it just happens to be you did that really quick.
Yeah,
you know,
I did it quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's
so Nancy said, is that like spackle? Yeah, you could.
It's not gritty like spackle.
Yeah, and spackle's very soft when it dries because it's meant to be sanded off. This is harder. This dries,
This does take a little bit of time to dry.
Yeah. So when it dries, it's hard.
It's going to take longer than paint.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, when I use a medium like this, whether I'm using like a chalk paste or smoothing, embossing medium, or what am I trying to think of? Fresco, I always clean my stencil because that's just going to be caked on and you're going to have a mess. All right, so now we're going to take some of the...
it just cleans off really easily.
Yeah, you just clean it and dry it and you're done. Let me just dry this a little more. So see how my stencil is full of paint? That's fine. I mean, if you're somebody who really is meticulous with your stencils, that's fine. We have found...
Paint's hard to get off because when you stencil, because you go slow and you don't use a lot of paint,
especially with acrylic paint.
It dries on the stencil, so I would not get worried if you have paint on your stencil.
Especially acrylic paint.
Yeah, because it dries super quickly.
The other thing is we found, and we've stenciled hundreds and hundreds of times, loads of workshops. We found that if you try to clean them too much, you can tear them.
What you'll do is you'll nick the edge, and then that edge will lift up.
Yeah.
And then you'll always have bleed through. So if you just put it under water, run a sponge over it carefully.
And this stuff that we just used, the chalk paste, all you have to do is run it under warm water, and it just dissolves right there.
How long would you say it takes to dry?
It takes longer than
like overnight.
Oh God, I don't even know if it's that long. An hour, a couple hours.
Oh, okay. So
let's see if it tells us on here. Now this says fast drying, but it is not as fast drying as paint. That is for sure.
In the world of turtles, it's probably pretty fast.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take some of I'm going to move on to the embossing medium. It's smooth embossing paste from Fusion. And I'm going to put a little bit on my plate, a little bit more on my plate. And it actually has like it's pearl. So I want to see if I can get it so you guys can see this. But you can use it on its own if you wanted it to be white. And it's got a pearl tint. Can you guys see that pearl tint? Can they see that?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me get the light up. There, with the light totally off, yeah, you kind of get a little bit.
Okay, so it's kind of shimmery on its own. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take half of it, and I'm going to add a little bit of paint. This is Upper Canada Green from Fusion. And I don't need very much paint. Just a couple of drops. And I'll mix it up. And you just want to get it, the whole thing covered.
You could get, well, you could also partially mix it, and then you'd have like this
Marbly.
really nice blend.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go.
Or mix a couple of colors in and have a really cool effect.
Yeah, there's a lot of different possibilities with these products. All right, so I'm gonna use the same exact stencil. I'm gonna put it right here. So this is the one we used with the Redesign with Prima chalk paste. And you know, if you're watching this and you're wondering, like, why is she doing this if she's not like a real, if she doesn't use this product all of the time? I think the fact that I don't use it all the time
This is why it's so great.
makes it,
Yeah.
shows you
Yeah.
that even somebody who doesn't use it all the time, it's pretty easy.
But it's got that really unique effect on certain pieces depending upon how you want to do it, which is really nice.
I'll tell you something else this stuff is really great for. If you have a piece that has some damage, you can paint over the damage and then stencil using this over the damaged parts, and you'll never see it. We've also used it to repair things. Because it dries so hard, you can actually sand it down a little bit. Like if this corner was damaged and I wanted to use it.
This is very, very, you know, that's a good point. This is very good and easy to use wood filler.
Yep.
You know,
very easy to use.
With that little spatula, you can just go right into nicks and dents if you want, or if you've got a piece of laminate that's missing and you don't know what to do, you can just smooth this right along the broken edge, fill it in, scuff it down, and you're good to go.
All right, so this is the Fusion Mineral Paints Smooth Embossing Paste, and I have mixed in a little bit of
Barb is here.
Upper Canada Green. So I'm gonna just, now this does not go on, it's a little thicker. I don't want to say it doesn't go on as smooth, because it's very smooth, but it is a little thicker feeling than,
and you even put a couple of little drops of paint in it too, so.
Right. It's definitely thicker than the Redesign with Prima. So if you want something smoother, you might like the Redesign with Prima. If you like the versatility of the Fusion, that you can tint it to any color.
And you can put this on heavy light, and so when you peel the stencil off, you've got this raised image that's different.
Well, the only thing is that you are gonna watch. I'm gonna show you in a second.
Yeah.
That is true, except that you're gonna take the excess off. You don't want to leave it like this. Right. So I don't know if you can get the camera to show that it is pretty uneven. So I do need to take the excess off. So again, I've got my spread pal, and now they make this in a bigger size. It comes with, when you buy these, they're just a couple of bucks, and it comes with this small one and a bigger one, which is about maybe even more than twice the size. It's on our website, so maybe Misha can share it. So I'm going to start from the top and just pull it slowly down. I'll save this. I don't know what I'll do with it, but... And then I'm going to slowly pull this off. This went on so much better, okay? I mean, wow. Wait till you see the difference. Let me just wipe this little schmutz off of here. Okay, so the teal color is... This is the chalk paste from Redesign with Prima. This is the smooth embossing paste.
Boy, that was perfect.
So, big difference.
I think you should try the first one a second time just to see if you get it.
Maybe I just
get it smooth because you need to warm up.
Yeah, maybe. But big difference, right? But they both look good. I mean, I would be happy with either one. I think Kevin's right. Let's give the first one another shot. And then I'm gonna give the second one another shot, and then you guys can decide. Also, honey, if you could rinse this, because actually, I don't think you need to, because I'm gonna use the same color. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going back to, I'm not.
No, I don't need it.
I'm not. All right.
Here, give me.
It's right there. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this, and we're gonna use the chalk paste again. All right, I'm gonna put them on exactly the same way. I'm gonna use my foam brush. And I'm gonna just brush this on. So I think now we're really gonna get a very, very good comparison, side by side. Because Kevin thinks it's me. He thinks...
Did I say that?
No, I don't mean it that way. Kevin, I don't mean, that came out totally, as soon as I said it, I knew I said it wrong. Kevin thinks that by the time I got to the second one, it was like, I had a bit of practice. He doesn't think like, oh, it's my fault. At least I don't think you mean that.
It wasn't even close, so it was like,
yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, guys, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Post any comments in the comments. And what we're always asking for things you'd like to see us do on these Wednesday nights, like products you'd like us to try or techniques you'd like us to show you how to do. All right, I've got my spread pal again because I want to try to reenact the whole thing. And let's go. Pull it down. I'll go nice and slow. Put the rest back in the jar. If I was doing this on raw wood or something and the surface wasn't as clean, I might not do that. But because this is such a clean, newly painted surface, I know I'm not going to get anything in there.
And you can see even with that small container, you can do a lot of these.
Oh yeah.
So
this was open before I started it. I didn't open it today.
I can smell it from over here.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, and I'm going to lift this off very carefully. So what do we think? There's like a teeny piece of lint in there that's gonna drive me nuts. Oh great, I just blew it right in the paint. That's all right. So which one?
They both, they came out much cleaner.
Okay. I think because I went really slow with the with the spreading tool. All right, so the last one I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go back to the Fusion, but what I wanna do is I'm gonna take some metallic paint and mix in some metallic paint, which is really fun. By the way, when this dries, think about glazing this. Wouldn't that look pretty? If you were to glaze this, then maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll take this back with me to the shop and I'll glaze this, and you can see how the glaze looks, and the glaze would kind of like sit. Oh God, this is gonna drive me crazy. Come on, I got it. Ah. The glaze would kind of sit like in the details. Wouldn't that be nice if it glazing it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow and show you. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to use Fusion again, the smooth embossing paste. I've got a little bit of gold. I think it's champagne gold from Fusion. I sometimes put them in the little containers just to bring home. So that's why I'm not 100% sure of the color.
So Barb wants to know which do you think dries faster and which is more durable?
I don't know, because I don't, as I said before, Barb, I don't use this a lot. But I will definitely play with, you know, I will definitely be taking a look at it tonight to see which one I think dries faster. I think as far as durability, I think that, let's see if it says anything on the Fusion. Let's see. So this says that it is a 100% acrylic polymer emulsion. So what that would mean to me is that the Fusion is pretty durable, wouldn't you say so, honey? Mm-hmm. Now the smooth embossing paste is tinted in a pearl white color. So you can use it on your own, on its own, if you want a pearl color. Okay, so I'm using a sponge brush. And I'm just gonna hold my stencil down and brush this on. This is definitely thicker than...
I'm going to go with whipped cream cheese. I'm like watching it. I'm thinking that's right.
This is definitely thicker than the chalk paste. But they both go very far.
And as you're moving the brush back and forth, you want to be careful how you lift it up, because you don't want to be lifting up the stencil.
Absolutely.
Because this will pull the stencil up.
Yeah, you want to have sort of a soft, you want to have like a soft tan with it. As I just lifted up the stencil. All right, and I'm using the Spread Pal from Redesign with Prima. I think that's what it's called. And I'm going to start at the top and just pull down. And what it does is it pulls off the excess, and it also fills in any spots at the same time. And I'm just going to do that really nice and slow. So this one is it's tinted gold, this one. And this is again the smooth embossing paste.
But you can see the depth on all three.
You can see the depth on, well, they're all, it's really two. So the two teal ones, those are the chalk.
Oh, right, I was just
that's
doing all
chalk
three
paste
colors,
from
yeah.
Redesign with Prima. And this is water drops. We have about a dozen different colors of these in our shop and online. And then these two, the green one and the gold one, it's sort of got a gold color. Those are Fusion's smooth embossing paste, embossing medium. Actually, it is smooth embossing paste. And I tinted them, it comes white with a teeny bit of a pearl iridescence. And I tinted them Upper Canada green and with champagne gold. So, let's talk for a minute about the differences. So they both do the same thing. They both are an embossing medium that's used with stencils. So either one is fine. The Redesign with Prima comes in multiple colors. I think they come in about 20 colors, maybe more. We carry about a dozen of them. The Fusion is white, but it's tintable. So you can either use it as a white, you know, on something dark, or tint it like I did. So I think they both, I think if I had to say, I mean, I think the Fusion is a little crisper. And I think that's because it's thicker. But they're both very easy to work with.
Yeah, it looks like your first practice is do that on cardboard and then go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
really easy to clean. Wasn't it easy to clean the?
Oh, it's a second, and
yeah.
And you don't use a lot, so practicing is really worth it with this.
Yeah, you don't use a lot at all, and to clean your stencil or your little plastic thing off, you just rinse it with warm or hot water, and that's it. So there's a lot of uses for this: decorative, wood signs, I think it's great on damaged furniture. So if, let's say you had a panel on a door that maybe was a little imperfect, paint it first, then do this over it, and it would look great. It takes longer to dry than regular paint because it is dimensional, it is thick. I don't know if they can see the dimension there.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, you can see the you can see the edges and the shadow and
it's
everything.
very, very cool. What I'm going to do is let it dry tonight. I'll try to keep an eye on it and see which one dries first, because I know that Barb asked that. And then tomorrow in the shop, I'm going to glaze this and show you how it looks, because I think there's a lot of possibilities with this product as far as glazing and things like that. So it's really fun.
I'm just thinking, so I'm looking at even this design. If you're doing dresser drawers,
yeah,
one of those designs underneath each knob, where the knob is, gives it kind of like, because that's usually where you have a little bit of damage,
right?
And you could do it right on the knob.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot you can do with it. It's a great product, not expensive. The chalk paste is $8 for one of these. This is 3.4 ounces. This is an old one from Fusion. We actually got this like when we first started carrying Fusion in 2016, and that's how much I have left.
And it's still good.
Yeah, this is.
So it's got a huge shelf life.
It comes now. Yeah, huge shelf. This has been open for 6 years.
Yeah, there you go.
And what I will tell you is, it comes in 8 ounces. This is a 16 ounce. The new ones come in 8 ounces. But it's a really good buy.
So what Barb just said, which is another use, you can lay the paste on and then run a stamping roller.
Yes. You know what, Barb? We're going to do that. Not tonight. That's a great... Thank you, Barb. You have to remind me that I want to do that. That's a great... I actually showed a tutorial recently that somebody did using... They brushed this out sort of like a trowel, and then
if I use the wood grain thing, how that would work on, that'd be interesting.
There you go. Well, we should try a couple things. I got to play with it first. I don't want to make a fool out of myself. So, yeah. So, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about any of these products, either one, please let us know. And I really encourage you to try this. I think you'll like it. It's a lot of fun. It really, really is a lot of fun, and I think it looks great. So please post any questions that you have in the comments. Have a great evening.
Do we have any space? Do we have any spaces open or no?
For boot camp?
Yeah.
2.
2. There you go. 2.
2 spots. 2 spots left for boot camp. Yep.
When is it?
That is on Saturday, April 30th. We're so excited. Oh my God, we're so excited. It's going to be a blast. It is going to be a blast. 2 spots left. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Happy National Puppy Day. Right, guys? Where are you?
Sleeping.
Mia's asleep and Lily's
off
patrolling somewhere. So have a great night. We'll see you next week. Take care.